I have Flooded Valley Chimps here today with the Total Transformation, and as I'm using Total Transformation, it's obviously going to be a great video. And this one is really interesting because Flooded Valley Chimps with Total Transformation is a bit of an odd combination. The druids can actually see through the walls when transformed, so I can just like stack up all the druids on the bottom here, but it gets really weird because their pierce usage is just really bad as they're shooting directly like into the dam, and they can't really get any pierce lines at all. But even with that, just because the tower is so powerful, you can still get a pretty good amount of cash spare if you can get a stall every round. Plus, I'll be stalling for open trees and stuff, and Oben will just be doing open things as well. However, to go to the Total Transformation, I first have to do a save up. I was thinking quite some time about like what I would want to do, and I figured that this would be the cheapest possible combination to save up directly into the Total Transformation. So it's just one destroyer, a 420 sub, and a 410 mermonkey. That's all we will need to save up to the Total Transformation. Obviously I can't get aircraft carrier because then that would kill the stalls, and I do need that full stall up at the top. Same with something like Comanche Defender or stuff like that. Even I don't know if that would be cheaper, but this combination did pretty well. It has the pierce damage, slows down the Moabs a bit. That mermonkey will be a bit useful in the late game too, so that's pretty cool. And then I can go for the Moab Shove, which will obviously be used for that stall later. And then on top of that, we'll have the Transforming Tonic, which will save up to the tier 5. I placed that one druid just to like line up the placements and all of that. So all of that will be taken into account for. And then we can simply just save up for the Total Transformation. So I think I'll come back when we get that. I end up getting the Total Transformation on round 78, which is really early. It was actually really good, and it was a lot better than I expected. And from there, it's time to just build up into the towers that I need. So there's one thing that I'll just mention right off the bat. I end up later on getting a Moab glue for the reason that I cannot really get a double tree on some of the rounds that I needed specifically. With some crazy optimizations, I think this glue is completely cuttable, but at least for the basic stalling that I was doing, well, I guess it's not like even the most basic thing. I do some pretty interesting tricks there to get stalls on stuff that you normally wouldn't be able to stall. But for what the level of what stalling I was doing, there were just some rounds where you could not get a double tree, like 95 into 96, and then that would simply force you to what am I saying? Oh yeah, force you to get like a Moab glue, so the initial wave slows down so you can use the Total Transformation later, allowing you to take out the whole wave in 2 abilities, like when the waves are longer, like on round 96 for example, if you know what I'm saying. But Anyways, with that, I was forced to get a Moab glue there. However, one thing is that the Moab glue was actually too close to the total transformation, like just by 1 pixel or something, so I was forced to buy the tier 4, which is a completely useless upgrade in this situation, because if the total transformation is up, everything's destroyed. If the total transformation is down, nothing gets destroyed. So it's like you can't really get anything out of the tier 4 of the stuns. So if I just placed the thing 1 pixel lower, I wouldn't have to buy the tier 4. And with that, I actually, when I bought it, I instinctively just bought the cross path, because like you wouldn't buy a relentless glue without the cross path. So yeah, that wasted like, I don't know, like $5,000. So putting that on the cash spare, I guess, would be like a more accurate result with just like the most basic of optimizations possible ever. Either that, or you could switch the position of one of the druids. But I go for 3 pop lists. I don't know about skipping the 3rd pop list. It might be possible. I really don't think you'd have enough power to be able to beat round 98 if you do that though. But it might be a thing. Other than that, I think it's pretty well optimized. You obviously aren't going to be able to get as much as like Ravine or Ouch, for a few reasons. One, because you can't really use the Pierce, which means that you're forced to really get another Populus just for like the attack speed and all of that. And then you need towers to save up into the total transformation, because you can't really make use of like any of the druids for the mid game, which also kind of stinks. Same with, I can't make use of that was the 240 glue, the main attack on the 240 glue, to be able to take things out. You need that for like the single target damage for like the ZMGs in round 100, but having that main attack to slow down super ceramics is also nice. You can do that. Technically the map is easier, but for those reasons it's just not as strong on this map. So with like full optimization, you could get easily 61k spare, more advanced like 64k spare, but that's still not going to compare to what you can do on like Ravine and Ouch. But nonetheless, it's still really cool tower, and it's fun to see just such a unique and weird solution with this, and like all of the stalling, the tricks with the trees and all of that. So I think I'll just let the rest of it play out with some very cool music and enjoy the rest of the run. Goodbye, have a nice day. Thanks for watching. If you want to help out the channel, you can check out these new videos, like and subscribe for more content, support the channel by becoming a member, and joining the Discord to chat with the community. Bye!